think what I'm going to show you guys today might be considered a sin. What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Inspired By, a series where we look at the musical trends, past and present, to understand the techniques used so that you guys can make better music. My name's Will, and I make an assortment of music under the moniker Hushchild. Today I want to show you what I consider probably one of the best sounding free pianos that you can use for your lo-fi music and really whatever other music you want to create as well. Today's inspiration comes from another YouTuber, Christian Henson, a composer and founder of Spitfire Audio. Through his YouTube career and pianobook.co.uk, he has curated a big playlist of like 500 instruments that you can download for free. And this isn't a sponsor or anything, but I wanted to shed some light on something that I think is truly beneficial to this community. And Christian's just doing wonderful work. Just a couple of days ago, he created the 500th, I think that's right, instrument. And it's a claustrophobic piano. It's a close mic'd upright piano with a bed sheet or a duvet over the top of it. It has a lot of character and it's just so well recorded that I think you could use it in almost any scenario. But today I want to look at using it for lo-fi recordings. If you enjoy this episode and you want to see me use this claustrophobic piano in other scenarios, whether it be within drill or dance music or anything else you can think of, drop a like and leave me a comment down below. As always, this episode is sponsored by DistroKid, and if you stick around until the end, I want to tell you a few more things about DistroKid that's going to help you release your music. But for now, let's jump into it. So what I'm doing today feels like an absolute sin, and probably not what Christian had in mind when he recorded the claustrophobic piano, but I think we can all agree we're all looking for the right sound with a lot of character for our music, and if we can get that thing for free, then it's all the more better. So I am going to slightly degrade this sound, of course, so I'm sorry, Christian, but it's a beautiful piano sound to start with. So let's have a look at it. You can get it from the pianobook.co.uk, where there's, like I said, 499 other instruments that you can take a look at as well, most of which, if not all, are completely free. And this is going to work with Contact 6, but don't worry if you don't have a full version of Contact, because there's also this decent sampler instrument where you can grab the claustrophobic piano for free there as well if you don't have Contact, both of which are obviously in the description below. The beautiful GUI presents you with 3 kind of microphone choices, and the reason I say that is because this isn't really a microphone choice, but we'll come to that. So let's start with the M149. The M149 is a stereo pair, gives a lot of space and character to this. What I normally do is turn down the pedal noise. If I press my sustain pedal, you can kind of hear the stomps of the pedal noise. RT is going to be all the noise that comes from the hammers and keys. So I like to just turn that down a little bit. So we still have a little bit of character there. We have a little bit of room noise, but the main focus is going to be on the samples, the audio themselves. That's lovely, right? Super nice. I really enjoy that. If we bring up the KU100, the KU100's a funny old mic because it's like a £6,000 dummy head, like an actual human's head. I don't know why they needed to make it look like that. It freaks me out, but it captures binaural sound and you can actually see the outline of him here. So this is really capturing that close mic, claustrophobic feel of the piano. And then we're brought to the Mix 456. And the Mix 456 is essentially an analog rack unit which emulates Ampeg's 756 tape, but without the distortion. But it still adds a little bit of harmonic distortion and a little bit of compression as well. So what you're getting is a blend of the two microphones run through this analog unit. So you might be thinking, why am I introducing you to this piano? The simple reason is that you've essentially got 3 microphones to play with, and there's a lot of width and character within these microphones. So what I've been doing lately with some lo-fi music that I've been working on for a future project, which if you want to get involved, the link is in the description below. I've been using each of the microphones on a separate track to create richness and dynamic within my lo-fi music. Let's have a look. Okay, so just quickly before we jump into how we're going to use it in a lo-fi scenario, let me tell you about how you can release your other lo-fi music or any other music in general through the use of today's sponsor, DistroKid. DistroKid make it so easy for you to release your music on all the streaming platforms. This includes Apple Music, Amazon, and of course Spotify, as well as other platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and many others. DistroKid are always updating their tools for the user, so it makes it easier for you to collaborate with others, collect your royalties, and even create visuals for your music. When you're finished uploading your piece of music, you have the option to use their Teams functions. With Teams, you can very easily create splits amongst your collaborators and retrospectively adjust these splits and edit them at any time. If you're uploading your music early, you should definitely make use of the spotlight function as well, as this means you'll be in with a chance of getting your music on a Spotify curated playlist, which is super important if you want to get a wider audience to hear your music. If you're looking to release your music, I strongly suggest that you use DistroKid, and if you use the link in the description below, you'll get a discount. But now, let's crack on with the video. So here's the track that I've made for you guys today. As always, if you want to download the project and have a look at it in more detail, it's over at my Patreon, patreon.com/TheWillHatton. So I don't know if you've noticed, but what I've done is I've created 3 layers for the piano itself. So I've used the KU100 here for that closeness, that intimacy that you can hear through the chords. And this is the part that I feel really guilty about. I've actually grouped these piano sounds into this group here and added just the sidechain compression, but the RC20 with no distortion or bit crushing or anything like that, no noise, because we have that through the Mix 456 microphone or box. But I've added a little bit of wobble and a little bit of that magnetic sound to fit in with our lo-fi genre. I've then just used the multiband dynamics just to bring out some of those higher harmonics, and because I'm grouping all the pianos together, I just want to be a little bit more intentional with how I select my sound, because it's all supposed to be coming from the same instrument, and then just using Spectrum so I can look at the frequencies. So the KU100 is for my real intimate chords. I'm using the M149 because of the width, the stereo miking technique in the lower register, just to pick out some of those reverse chords. And then I'm using the Mix 456 for any of the higher register stuff that I'm playing over the top, which in this case is just an arpeggio. And then bringing that all together, like I said, in this group. So there we have it, guys. That's how I've used Christian Henson's claustrophobic piano in a lo-fi scenario. But as I said before, let me know if you want to see this claustrophobic piano in other scenarios, or what you want to see in future videos. If this was helpful, you enjoyed it, learned something new, do give it a subscribe and a like, and maybe hit that bell icon so you get notified when future videos go live. As always, anything that I mentioned in this video or previous are in the description below. For now, guys, I thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.